Okay, so I'm like a little bit sick and there's a lot of noise going on. I don't want to wait forever to edit this out. It's just a quick review of Batman, so enjoy the video. Every time that I start working on a new longer like form video, I end up having a brand new, really good piece of comic book media to review. So for this, I'm just going to do a quick review of Batman Cape Crusader before I get to work on the first part of a new series, which I'll talk more about later. I actually had super high expectations for this show because it's made by like all the Batman people with massive names like Bruce Timm, James Tucker, Matt Reeves, even J.J. Abrams is on this shit. So I don't want to like overpraise it, but holy fuck, this is like the Batman show. It feels almost like it was built to be a reboot of Batman the Animated Series, or BTAS, without all the limitations of like late 90s, early 2000s kids cartoons. They really wanted to lean on like the old school Batman aesthetic, even down to the original costume, minus the purple gloves, which I don't understand the purple gloves thing. Like, it doesn't match his costume and it looks bad, and I don't think it's worth it for a cute reference. It's just dumb. But we don't even get any high-tech gadgets from like anybody, really. I think the most high-tech thing we see is a comically large cannon on top of a casino boat. It feels almost like a real like 40s mafia plotline, but with an edgy Batman in it. This version of Batman is kind of like the origin of BTAS Batman, but it's more like the Batman instead of like Mask of the Phantasm. He's clearly more like emotional. He hasn't learned to lean on friends and family. He doesn't have a Robin. He doesn't even have a bat signal. I mean, for 80% of the show, Jim Gordon is trying to kill Batman. I saw some people complaining that Batman wasn't solving a lot of mysteries in the show, which is not true. He solves mysteries so often, in fact, that when we follow other characters solving very personal mysteries, Batman is like gone already. He's like, oh yeah, I already solved the entire thing. I'm on to the next step. In one episode, we see Barbara Gordon opens Harleen's like psychiatrist's office door because it's just left open. And all that we see is the room is ransacked, there's a floor safe open, and a window that was broken into. And we as the audience don't need to know anything else. Oh, Batman's here, he found what he needed. But we do see Barbara go to the window to confirm that Batman is running away, because it's important for us to see her confirm that. That's the only way that we really need to see him do a mystery in this show, is when other characters have to see him. Honestly, let's talk a little bit about that episode, because I love Harley Quinn. It feels like Bruce Timm saw a bunch of other creators not getting Harley and like fucking with her and seeing what they can make work, and he was like, oh, you can just do it like this if you want. And then he made a perfect Harley Quinn. Most versions of this character right now, at least in like TV shows and movies, I haven't read a lot of her comics, are a girl whose entire world revolves around being in love with the Joker. Then it's about her breaking up with Joker and trying to move past the trauma he's inflicted upon her. Then it's her trying to get out of his shadow. Then it's her dating Poison Ivy, except she's always comparing Ivy to Joker to just show us how much happier she is, but not being able to not think about the Joker, I guess. Then she's a part of the Bat family. Like, can we just see her do something as a character? Like, she was designed for movies and TV. She was built as a TV character. Why can't TV shows and movies figure out how to use her? And this show does that so well. It's honestly a breath of fresh air just to see her not be remotely involved with the Joker. She was introduced before Joker in this show. It's also crazy having her villainy be based in her job as a psychologist and having her be shown as kind of a good person towards the end. It's literally everything. They also include her bisexualness. It's a masterclass on how to make Harley Quinn. Also, her costume is actually terrifying. It doesn't lean on like the sexy clown thing that like most of her costumes are designed to be. It's like she's fucking torturing people in this costume just to fit a theme, even though she knows that the Batman will find her because of the costume. It's just so good. Also, I think it's kind of hinted that she knows Bruce's secret identity, which I think could be very interesting when she returns in a future season, which I think this show leads itself so well to another season. There is so much potential, and I'm personally really excited to see how they handle a potential Robin, because we actually meet 4 of the 5 canonical Robins in one episode. The only thing that I'll say is that the way they do it makes it seem pretty clear that they're gonna have like 1, maybe 2 Robins max. I mean, they can't do Dick Grayson because his story with Bruce is tied exclusively to them being at the event where the Flying Grayson died together, and then Bruce are taking Dick in as a ward after that. And in this show, Dick is already an orphan. They don't even mention his parents, and he seems to be handling everything pretty well. They could probably do Jason Todd. They'll probably do Tim because he's the only Robin who isn't like named. They have Dickie. They have Jason, they have Stephanie Brown, specifically called out to be Stephanie Brown. And they have Carrie, who I believe is the Robin from the Dark Knight Returns comic series, which is very interesting. I think it'll be interesting to hopefully see, spoiler, and then see Stephanie have to take on that title and then become a part of the Bat family a little bit later. But I think that since we get a really good hint at the end of the season of like a really fucked up and like sadistic Joker and a pretty appropriately aged Jason Todd to like start being Robin, I could see Jason being the first Robin and dying, making way for Tim Drake. I think that Jason and Batman in this universe would have a lot to do. This Batman's kind of like really hard on himself. He's super isolated. It's also hinted that Alfred might know who Joe Chill is and is going to be crucial in taking him down and helping Bruce get over that part of his past, which would be a great arc to do with Jason Todd that could also lead to his death, causing like a massive character moment and a switch for Bruce that could like start with a regress and end with him being more hopeful with a new Robin, Tim Drake. Honestly, I'm just really excited and hopeful for this show. It doesn't feel like the show is too obvious about what it's going to do. Like it's not too linear about like what plot lines they're going to do or how they're going to manage everything. But it also doesn't feel too like high or limited in potential. It still manages to feel mostly grounded despite including so many fantastical elements, which gives it so much potential, but does a great job of setting the groundwork and rules of this universe. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Also, I am working on a series of videos leading up to the summer of superhero movies in where we watch Fantastic Four and Superman. That's the thing. I'm going to watch Fantastic Four and Superman soon. So be on the lookout for that. All right, subscribe. Bye.